Hi guys out there in YouTube land, it's your VHS Collector Co here with another Top 12. I'm doing a Top 12 Hanna Barbera cat characters. 12 to be exact. If I didn't say that, 12 again, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12. Just constant stupidity in this household. Or at least in this part of this room that I pretty much put together. Before I get started, how was everybody's Thanksgiving out there? Did everybody eat a lot of turkey and mashed potatoes and green beans and pumpkin pie and pecan pie and that pink stuff and that little round beets? Isn't that whatever those are called? Something like that. I don't eat any of that stuff. I like the turkey, I like the gravy, I like the potatoes, I like the macaroni and cheese, if we have any, and the green beans and the ham. But that's pretty much about it. So I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. Hope everybody got to watch the parade. Got to see your favorite characters and balloons and the floats and all. So, alright, let's go ahead and get down to it. I don't have nothing else to say. Scat. He is a costumed character from a TV series called the Skatebirds, which aired in 1977. Yes, I have my little thing here that helps me, so I can be able to read off my list. He was voiced by Scatman Crothers. He would always chase these three birds on skates, which he would too. He'd have skates on too. You should be familiar with that voice. Scatman Crothers also did the voice of Hong Kong Phooey, the #1 super guy. Dog, who I think was on my top 12 list of Hanna Barbera dog characters. Pretty cool cartoon. I mean, it was live action, but it had little cartoons in between. But Scatman Crothers, or Scat Cat, which is kind of funny because his name was Scatman Crothers. Would do these little bumpers in between the show, or in between the little animated segments of the Skatebirds. But he would always be thwarted and everything by the Skatebirds and all. So. Pumpkin Puss. He is a hillbilly cat. He chases around a little mouse called Mushmouth. Pumpkin Puss was voiced by Alan Melvin, who also did the voice of Magilla Gorilla. What's cool is that they were both on the same show. It was called the Magilla Gorilla Show, where Pumpkin Puss pretty much made his first debut. Little shorts, you had Magilla Gorilla, Ricochet Rabbit and Droop Along, Mushmouth, and Pumpkin Puss. And there was another cartoon too, I can't remember now, but aired in 1963. Mushmouth, pretty much hillbilly, kind of talked that southern drawl. We're trying to chase around this other mouse. I mean, what else is new with the Hanna Barbera cats and mice being chased? We're going to find a lot about that on this list right here with these characters. The mouse would always win the fight, which Mushmouth would always, But really funny character. Autocat. This was just like another version of Tom and Jerry or Pumpkin Puss and Mushmouth, where it was a cat chasing a mouse. And what was kind of neat in this one, they would chase each other by driving like race cars. So Autocat, meaning auto, like automobile, would be chasing this mouse, chase him around, and pretty much, just like every other thing, the mouse would always win. Cat would end up getting to something else. He was voiced by Marty Ingalls. Everybody might know him from a couple other TV old shows. He made an appearance in Bewitched, made an appearance in a Dick Van Dyke Show. He also was the voice of Pac-Man from the animated Pac-Man cartoon. So it came out in 1969. The name of the series that it aired on was The Chattanooga Cats. You know, there's a couple other cartoons that aired with that as well. He wore like a helmet, had a little vest on, orange cat. Like I said, he was like a race car top cat, so he would be chasing around. Motor Mouse, that's his name. Kind of cool. Autocat Motor Mouse. So, pretty neat cartoon. If you can check it out, go to YouTube, look up any of that. You can probably find some of the little shorts and stuff on there. Groove, and that's his name, Groove. He actually is a part of the band in the cartoon series Chattanooga Cats. He's the drummer. He was voiced by Casey Kasem, none other than Shaggy from Scooby-Doo and Robin from the Batman and Robin series, as well as the Super Friends, any of the other Super Friend cartoons. He was the one that voiced Robin, Boy Wonder. Groove was kind of laid back. He wasn't really, you know, I mean, he was more, I mean, that's why his name was Groove. He was a huge groove, you know, so. I can't really remember the cartoon that much of Chattanooga Cats. I haven't watched it. Some of the other cartoons I can remember that aired with Chattanooga Cats. He wore like a vest with kind of like baggy pants, almost like before MC Hammer came out. Groove was like the MC Hammer in a way, with the baggy, puffy pants. He was kind of like a heavy-set cat character, you know, but they also made a couple of records and stuff that came out with their songs. I have one of their albums on my computer. Spot. Funny name for a cat who has stripes. I figured his name would be Stripes, but that's the whole point of his name. Spot is the sidekick to Hong Kong Phooey. He didn't really talk. He would mumble and grumble and stuff and kind of make noises. He was voiced by Don Messick. Pretty much the same guy who does the voice of Scooby-Doo, or did the voice of Scooby-Doo, as well as Spot and some of these others that are on this list. He was my favorite of the show. I mean, I like Hong Kong Phooey, but Spot pretty much was the one that pretty much would be the one that would get Hong Kong Phooey out of all the situations that Hong Kong Phooey would end up getting himself into. So in a way, Spot was more of the superhero or the Kung Fu expert than Hong Kong Phooey himself, which pretty neat little character. Snooper from the Snooper and Blabber cartoons. They were detectives. Snooper was. He was voiced by Dawes Butler, who took over the role for Yogi Bear and a couple other Hanna Barbera characters, a lot of them. You know, he did a lot of these characters. They say that Dawes Butler was doing the voice, like imitating the voice of Ed Gardner, who was a factor back in the 40s and 40s and 50s and 60s. You know, I don't think he did any voice acting. He might have. I can't tell because I haven't seen any voicing of Ed Gardner to know how Ed Gardner sounds like to what Dawes Butler's version of, or his voice of Snooper from Snooper and Blabber, which was from the cartoon The Quick Draw McGraw Show, which aired in no, I didn't put down the year on this one. 1960s, something like that. Snooper was kind of like the load, you know, kind of like the laid back kind, you know, and Blabber, the mouse character, would be the one that would always try to, you know, get Snooper's attention, and Blabber'd be like, or Snooper'd be like, hey, you know, Blabber, settle down, stuff like that. There's some pretty funny little shorts. There were a little bit of merchandise, not a lot of it. from the comics, especially. Probably a little bit of little action toys and stuff that they had. Don't have any to show you. I wish I did. Sebastian, the black and white cat, male cat, from Josie and the Pussycats. Who else but a cat to be their mascot? I mean, what? I mean, a band to be called Josie and the Pussycats. You know, and they dress up like in almost more like leopard or something, or yeah, leopard or something. You know, they don't really look like cats. They look more like they're dressed in leopard looking outfits. So I'm surprised that they didn't call themselves Josie and the Leopards. I don't know, but maybe they just thought, you know, kids would be like, leopards? Oh, leopards are cool. Let's go see if we can pet one, and then get their arm bit off or something like that. Maybe, I don't know. Sebastian was voiced by none other than Don Messick. He wasn't. He didn't talk. He acted like a regular cat, like but he would snicker and laugh and, you know, stuff like that. But he never really had anything to say. But he acted like, you know, like an anamorphic cat, which he did walk on all fours, but sometimes he would stand up on his hind legs and do stuff. He was, in a way, he was the Scooby-Doo of their team, even though that he didn't talk and didn't, you know, have a catchphrase and all like Scooby did. So, but and there was an actual episode of the Scooby-Doo movies, if anybody remembers that, where the Scooby-Doo gang ends up with the Josie and the Pussycat gang. So pretty much they get to, you know, become like a crossover. You get a crossover of Scooby and Josie and the Pussycats, even though they were not created, but pretty much Scooby-Doo was created by Hanna Barbera and Hanna Barbera. The cartoon Josie and the Pussycats was created by Hanna Barbera, but it was a comic book before it ended up getting its own cartoon show. So, Top Cat. Everybody should know who Top Cat is. I have a couple of little things here of Top Cat. I have a little small stuffed toy of Top Cat. I got a big stuffed animal of Top Cat here. I also have a little bitty car that Days In, as you can see it says Days In, I guess was given away. This came out in 1996, I believe. You know, Top Cat pretty much was the gang of a troop of cats. He was like the mastermind of it, and he was a what do you call that? A scam artist, and who would always scam his way out of, you know, getting food or trying to become rich or find a place to live. They lived in some alley. He had Officer Dibble, who pretty much would always catch Top Cat and his gang of felines, trying to trick somebody into giving them food and other, you know, things. Really cute, cool show. The complete series is on DVD. Really good series. Really did like it. Well, at least one of my favorites of Hanna-Barbera cats. He was voiced by Arnold Stang. The show came out in 1961. Stang, he's known for some other characters that he's done, other than just Top Cat, but also acting. He's done a lot of other acting and stuff too. So, Mr. Jinx from Pixie and Dixie and Mr. Jinx, which they were part of the cartoon show, the Huckleberry Hound show. Mr. Jinx was always in. They say that that Dawes Butler, the voice of Mr. Jinx, was doing a a caricature voice of Marlon Brando. And I mean, I've watched so many of Mr. Jinx, or Pixie and Dixie and Mr. Jinx cartoons to say I can't really tell, but also I hadn't seen a lot of Marlon Brando movies that he's been in, so I can't really tell, you know, how his voice actually sounds and stuff. But always chasing those the two mice, always saying he hates Mises to pieces. You know, there was a neat little short that Cartoon Network did. I can't think of the name of it, but he ends up getting Pixie and Dixie gets a restraining order on Mr. Jinx if he gets too close to him and stuff. Really cute. If you can find it on YouTube or something. I can't remember the name of it, but I'll post it down in my descriptions below and stuff. Just like in my dog characters, I had a type of prehistoric animal, if you remember. Well, this is a prehistoric cat character, Baby Puss. Now, if nobody knows who Baby Puss is, which I never really knew that he had a name until years later, you know. I always just thought he was which he is, he's a saber-toothed tiger. But in the Flintstones, he's pretty much treated as a cat, just like as in Dino is treated as their dog. Now, he didn't get a lot of screen time on the Flintstones. He was here and there, and I mean, he was in a lot of the Flintstones merchandise. I mean, comics, toys, books. I can't think of it, you know, mostly all that type of, you know, toys, comics, books, you know, he was in a lot of that stuff. Don't know if he was voiced by any particular voice artist. He didn't talk, same way as how Dino didn't. He would just hiss or meow sometimes. He is featured in the opening and ending credits of the Flintstones. That is of second season on. You know, in the first season you don't even see him, but in the second season on you pretty much see him in the opening and the ending credits of the show. I wished he would have gotten more screen time. I think it would have been it would have been neat if they would have had some centric, or at least episodes where it just centered on him. Reddy from the Ruff and Reddy show. He was the cat character, voiced by Dawes Butler. This is Dawes Butler's third time on this list, as in of a character that he's voiced. He voiced Mr. Jinx, and then he also voiced Snooper. I mean, if you listen to him, he sounds just like another character that Dawes Butler has done. I think one of the two mice from Pixie, Dixie, and Mr. Jinx. If you listen to him, he kind of sounds just like them, because I think they were voiced by, I think they all were. I think, yeah, because I think I can't remember. It might have been Don Messick. I can't remember. But he was the one. He was the buddy to Reddy the dog. Or I'm sorry, Ruff the dog, Reddy the cat. That was Hanna Barbera's very first cartoon character, as in pretty much full length. They were serials, as in the little cartoons were about 15 to maybe, might have been 5 or 6 minutes long. They were very short. They weren't very long. They weren't 30-minute or 15-minute shorts. They're pretty, you know, because they had like to be continued at the end of this one, you know. And I'm pretty sure that there's some stuffed animals out there, some little toys. I know there's a lot of comics of them, because there's a bunch of comics of Ruff and Reddy. Another cute show from Tom and Jerry. I mean, this is really about the only merchandise I have of Tom. I think I have a Jerry somewhere. This, I'm not for sure. I think this came out in 1990 something. 1993 is whenever this little bad boy. I found him at a as I was out at the dump where I work. You know. But the only other thing I do have a couple. I have some coloring books and stuff. But here's like a little Tom and Jerry comic. Now I don't know if these actually were ever in like the newspapers and stuff, or maybe they were, you know. I know that there's Tom and Jerry comics. Really funny character. He was. He never really talked, just like the same with Jerry. There were certain little snippets that would have him either yelling or crying, or, you know, like singing or saying a certain phrase, and those are just took from different, you know, audio clips, really, from back in the day of whatever they had. So really, he didn't have a set voice. He didn't have a set voice until the 90s, whenever they did do the Tom and Jerry movie, which a lot of people didn't like. A lot of people thought it was stupid because throughout all of the years, since 1940, whenever the first ever Tom and Jerry cartoon debuted in theaters, that they never talked, you know. But then the Tom and Jerry movie comes out, which I didn't mind it. I mean, I thought it was kind of neat getting to at least have, you know, have them talking. I mean, because they do start off where they don't ever talk to each other. It's not until one of them finally does say something, the other one goes, "You talk?" And the other one goes, "You talk?" And he goes, "Yeah." And the other one goes, "I never talked." He goes, "Well, I didn't either." And he goes, "Why'd you never talk?" And, you know, they just say, because we never had really anything to say to each other, you know, so, which I thought was a nod. I thought a really good nod to the reason why they never really spoke or never had any, you know, real words to say. Well, that completes it. Hope you liked it. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave down in the comments below who your favorite cat character might be, and also mention some of the ones I didn't mention in my list. Maybe there's some I forgot that, you know, that you might like. Hopefully maybe I can do a part 2 of this, just like maybe I might be doing a part 2 of more Hanna Barbera dogs. Click that like button. Also subscribe. Come on, guys. I need some more subscribers here. I don't get very many people commenting, so do that too. You know, I understand I say to comment, and sometimes a lot of people does, but thanks for watching. If you watched, thanks for liking my video. Thanks for subscribing too, if you have done that. I'm going to try to be getting out a couple more videos. I'm going to be talking about, I'm going to be doing my review, The Legends of the Hidden Temple TV movie, and the Double Dare reunion special that came on. Me and my friend watched both of them. So I pretty much jotted down what he thought, and I'll give you whatever I thought of those 2 specials and all. Well, guys, till next time. Also, don't forget to check out my Twitter page and my Facebook page. I got my personal as well as my YouTube Facebook page, so I'll leave that in the description below. Well, guys, until next time, it's your VHS Collector Kyle saying frogs, bears, chickens, and things, boys and girls, women and men from all over the world. See you later, guys. Bye!